just absolutely remarkable work has been done over the years by the Satanic Temple, this group of folks who are challenging basically the merger of church and state across the United States, whether it's, you know, 10 Commandments, monuments, or now abortion. On the line with us is Chalice Blythe, the media relations specialist with the Satanic Temple Reproductive Rights Campaign. Their website is thesatanictemple.com /pages/RRR-campaign. But you just start out with thesatanictemple.com and you'll get there. Chalice Blythe has a Twitter handle, CHALICEBLYTHE, or at Satanic_Temple. Chalice, welcome to the program. Tell us about the Satanic Temple's Sam Alito's Mom's Religious Abortion Clinic. I love this. Tell us about it.
Well, thanks for having me on and giving me the ability to talk about it. So our clinic is a religious abortion clinic that serves the purpose of providing abortifacient medication for those who want to perform our religious abortion ritual. So it is currently, so today's day one, February 14th, and we are already getting calls, scheduling calls with patients. So this is a telehealth clinic. So that means that this is all done over telehealth, online. There's going to be no brick or mortar. And we are currently serving those in New Mexico who are wanting to perform the religious abortion rituals. So how this works is prospective patients will complete a brief confidential online screening form and review information on performing TST's religious abortion ritual. A telehealth video appointment with a licensed healthcare practitioner will then be scheduled, and eligible patients will then be able to order medication, abortifacients, from our partner pharmacy, Honeybee Health. And the medication can be discreetly packaged and can arrive in the mail 2 to 3 days after the order is placed. And then, of course, our telehealth staff, who are a collection of registered nurses. We also have advanced licensed nurse practitioners who are available by phone, text, or video chat every step of the way. We also have ordained ministers of Satan that can also assist people with the religious abortion ritual if they'd like.
I love it. So basically, the anti-abortion folks, most of them are coming out of either Catholicism or the right-wing Protestant evangelical movement that had been pro-abortion, but in 1980, hooked up with the Reagan campaign and Jerry Falwell and all these guys, and decided that anti-abortion was where the money was and the voters. And so, they're arguing. I haven't heard an explicit argument that abortion should be made illegal because of the Bible, because of their religious beliefs. They're trying to claim that it's all about life and when does life begin. But when does life begin, I think, is, outside of viability, pre-viability is, I would argue, a religious issue, if not at least a philosophical issue. So do you think that by defining getting an abortion as being an official religious practice, and you guys are a religion, you're a 501c3, I'm assuming, a nonprofit, the IRS has recognized you as a religion. Do you think that that's going to stand up to a court challenge? Have there been any attempts at this? Are you aggressively trying to litigate on behalf of this, or has anybody come after you yet?
So to your point about the moral aspect of acquiring an abortion, whether that is whether that has to do with the killing of a unique individual being, that is purely a religious opinion. Science and medicine, when it comes to the act of abortion, that is a medical procedure, and the medical procedure is based off of scientific fact. Now, when it comes to how a Satanist views a pregnancy, it's entirely dependent on them. There are Satanists who would not choose abortion for themselves. They would not choose to have the religious abortion ritual for themselves. But there are others who would, and it's entirely up to them. So when we are making a point about abortion or having a religious abortion ritual being a religious act, it is directly associated with our tenets. Specifically, we have tenets about one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own alone, and we also have a tenet relating to basing our best understanding of the world on best scientific evidence available. And we also have tenets relating to justice, seeking justice, and whether that is in defiance of laws and institutions. So when it comes to protecting our religious practice, when it comes to laws that have been created to limit or completely outlaw abortion access, these are laws that are based entirely on a religious point of view. They have no basis in medicine. They have no basis on the best scientific evidence available, and these laws are not meant to protect. They are meant to dissuade and actually cause harm. Whether or not anybody will publicly say that's what they're based on, we know what they're based on because we know that they are not medically necessary prohibitions. And we've actually seen, especially in Texas, where these laws meant to prohibit are actually killing people because of that. So because of our beliefs, because of our tenets, we feel that when it comes to our bodily autonomy, that we should be able to make those decisions for ourselves. And when it comes to the religious abortion ritual, we practice ritual as a way to give ourselves catharsis. We practice ritual as a way to kind of get a mental or emotional feeling from that practice, whether it's the recitation of words or some kind of act that one does. And so this religious ritual is meant to provide that catharsis. It is meant to provide, support, comfort, and kind of help remove the shame and guilt that would be placed upon somebody who is otherwise just trying to engage in their free religious practice, making decisions about their own bodies.
Now, you guys have been in court around, Ten Commandments statues and things like that in Alabama and, as I recall, Wisconsin. Correct me what states you've been in court around this, and you've won a bunch of these cases. Yeah. And but this particular one has not been litigated yet. Is that correct?
So we actually do have a couple of court cases pending in Texas, and I do believe also in Idaho, relating to the state's bans on access to abortion, which prohibits our members from practicing the religious abortion ritual. So we do have lawsuits pending for that. But as you know, with the legal system, everything takes a long time. The lawsuits have been filed. We are challenging that, and we are challenging it under RFRA laws that are specifically written to protect, religious practice, the freedom of religious practice, and institute that no state, whether state or federal, can make laws that prohibit the free religious exercise.
Tell me about the uterati.
Uterati. We want to make sure that when we're talking about reproductive justice, when we talk about those who are capable of reproduction, we want to make sure we're incredibly inclusive. It is not just cisgender women that require, require abortion or want to engage in the religious abortion ritual. So I don't know if I don't know if I coined the term, but I like to refer to myself as a member of the uterati. Somebody who is capable of physically capable of reproduction, therefore somebody who is subject to all these prohibitions, and somebody who, if I decide to, would be in need of doing their religious abortion ritual. Yeah, it's great having a uterus essentially. We're talking with Chalice Blythe, the media relations specialist with the Satanic Temple's Reproductive Rights Campaign. Chalice, we're just about out of time. Any final notes or information that you want to be sure to share with our listeners that I might not have asked you about or led to? Yeah, so if people want to get more information about the clinic, again, we did open today, February 14th, and already taking, already scheduling patients.
Mm-hmm.
They can go to tsthealth.org and, get all the
TST as in the Satanic Temple Health.
yes, yeah.
TSThealth.org, okay?
Yep, tsthealth.org. All the information as far as how to schedule and all the information you would possibly need, any questions you have about the clinic, as well as our religious abortion ritual is there. Contact information on how to get a hold of us if there's anything there that isn't covered. And if you are somebody who is able to access if you are somebody in New Mexico or somebody who has access to an address in New Mexico or in need of want to perform the religious abortion ritual, please feel free to reach out to us and get that information.
This is very cool. Chalice Blythe. Chalice, thanks so much for dropping by. It's great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. An honor, in fact.